What's up everyone on the internet? Thank you for making this video part. I'm so excited to upload this one for you guys because for this video, we're going to be taking a look at Netflix's newest anime, Japan Sinks 2020. Okay, before I go any further, I got 3 words to say. Holy freaking crap. I just finished watching this yesterday on Netflix with my mom, and we are just shocked with how this anime told a story that literally had us on the edge of our seats and shook us to the core. So Japan Sinks 2020 is Netflix's newest anime that is based on a written novel by Saka Yokomoto, which basically tells the story of a family struggling to escape Japan when a series of 7.0 earthquakes begin to shake up the country. And I gotta tell you, this anime comes out the gate swinging within the first few minutes of episode 1, because after you're already introduced to every member of the family, the show immediately throws you the first 7.0 earthquake to really shake things up, because you then begin to see just how serious the tone shifts for the story. Not gonna lie, I was caught off guard when I saw this anime start off with a big earthquake. When I saw the trailers, I thought this anime was gonna start off with some small minor earthquakes and then move on to the bigger ones in later episodes. Nope, episode 1 starts off with a big earthquake and you're already shaking up as the episode focuses on a lot of death and destruction in the most realistic way. And that's another thing you should know about this anime, is that the dead bodies you see throughout the entire series are pretty graphic. I'm not saying that it's not like Goblin Slayer graphic to where you have a lot of blood and guts gushing out, but I will say that realistically, this is what a body would look like if it was crushed by a rock. One of the other things that I really love about the show is how the setting is grounded to be as realistic as possible, because after you somehow survive the earthquake, there are a lot of other problems that you have to deal with, like ruptured nuclear power plants, tsunamis, gas lines blowing up and causing fires, and even problems involving volcanoes, which really makes you worry for the safety of several characters you see throughout the anime. Because let me tell you this, not everyone makes it out of this one. Without giving away any spoilers, but come on, the title says Japan Sinks 2020, and that kind of implies that a lot of characters are gonna die. Now, I'm not familiar with any other natural disaster anime other than this one, but I have seen quite a few natural disaster movies, and one of the things that kind of bothered me is that for the majority of them, the protagonist manages to save everyone in the entire group, with the exception of losing 1 or 2 people. However, with Japan Sinks 2020, and I'll try not to give away any spoilers, but when you start the series off, you follow a small family that begins to recruit several people into their group as they travel across their country in order to find a way off Japan. And within the first 3 episodes, you see several characters get killed off unexpectedly, and that really shakes you wide awake. And as you watch more episodes, you see a lot more people die from other disasters that the earthquakes are causing before ending the episodes on crazy cliffhangers, which is another thing I want to point out, because at the end of every episode, you see how the story begins to ramp things up near the end just before leaving on a cliffhanger, which really makes you want to watch the next episode. And now that I think about it, with only 10 episodes, there was not a single one that felt like a filler, because each episode served a purpose in telling the story and never really strayed away from the plot. With some anime, I can watch a few episodes before I decide to skip several filler episodes in order to get back to the main plot of the story. But with Japan Sinks 2020, I feel like if you skip 1 or 2 episodes, you're probably going to miss important plot points, which makes me believe that this anime was originally a 3.5-hour long movie, but was then decided to be broken down into 10 episodes. With that being said, I will warn you that there is one unnecessary sex scene that really served no purpose whatsoever and was really awkward to watch, especially if you're watching this anime with somebody like my mom, for example. Honestly, I had to apologize for what was happening on screen. Thankfully, the scene only lasts for about 1 minute, and you can fast forward through it without skipping over any important plot points. Now, with that being said, I'm going to say something that's probably going to fire up the internet, and I'm only speaking for myself, which is that I think that this is the best anime of 2020, and I'll tell you why. For me, this anime focuses on the bond between family when it's being tested in times of crisis. Because throughout the series, you see how this family manages to stay strong, even though when you see their home get destroyed and you watch several of their friends die along the way. Not only that, but you also see some of these characters quickly mature in these 10 episodes as they are struggling to survive this disaster. And some of the most mature character moments are caused by some of the most heartfelt moments in this anime. Not gonna lie, there are some several moments within the final 4 episodes that really got me choked up, and it came to the point where my mom and I looked at each other and we began talking about if there was a chance for only 1 member of our family to survive this whole disaster, we agreed that we would rather stay together as a family into the very end. But as you get into the final episode, you see how all the death and suffering was not for nothing, because in the last 10 or 15 minutes of the finale, it does a little bit of a time jump to show you where everyone is at after Japan was destroyed, and it really is a reward for us after watching a lot of characters die throughout the show. And this anime ends on a high note as you see the remaining characters live a good life and are remembering the people they lost while also smile about their future. I'm gonna be honest, this final episode made watching this whole series worth it because despite everything this show puts you through, in the end, you do get a happy ending. Which is why for me, this is gonna be one of those anime that I rewatch every year. Overall, I think Japan Sings 2020 is perfect. Not only does this anime carry a lot of suspense, but it also shows you that the strength of a family can even overcome the most dangerous of times. And it's ironic how this anime debuted on Netflix in a time where we are all facing a crisis right now. And I believe that if we stay strong for one another and if we look out for each other, we'll overcome this disaster. So if you're looking for a new show to binge on Netflix right now, I highly recommend you watch Japan Sings 2020. It's one of those shows that you'll never forget. Well, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. That was my overall review for Japan Sings 2020. If you like what you saw, click on the subscribe button so you can get all these updates from this channel. I'll see you all next time with a brand new video. Bye-bye.